First off, I want to give all praises to the Most High Yahweh Bahashima Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. I want to give a salute to all those scattered across the four corners of the globe, man. Trying to spread this truth, trying to give out this milk, man, this honey, this lamb. A few topics I want to deal with tonight, man. It's gonna probably just be like a blur of topics. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking up the cross, dealing with your family. You know, a lot of us just have that perception that we gonna come into this truth and we gonna get our family into this truth, and I'm gonna get my wife right and my kids gonna be straight, and that's just not, that's just not how this thing works, man. And it ain't nothing you can do about it, really. It's for the Most High to wake him up, man. They have to be awakened, right? He put them to sleep. Anyway, let's start with Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. A lot of people like to think, oh man, Jesus just love. Y'all wish I just some love. He just love. Lollipops and rainbows, man. Lollipops and popsicles, man. He's not. He's not that. He said, think not that I've come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set man at variance, right, against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. Like, this scripture may not bring your household peace, man. He didn't come to bring that. Like, if your household was built on that, then maybe it could work. But this isn't just gonna immediately, just because you came into this truth, ain't gonna immediately just bring peace to your household. In actuality, is the exact opposite. And that's why a lot of Christians don't want to deal with this doctrine, man. A lot of people don't want to deal with this truth because it's not pleasant to the ears, man. It's not pleasant. It's not sweet, man. It's bitter. It's the bitter herbs. It's the wormwood. The truth is the wormwood. The truth is the bitter herbs, man. And you have to partake that. You got to eat that. That comes with it. The affliction is the wormwood. The affliction is the blessing. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, man. They don't want to hear you got to give up all your desires for this truth, man. They don't want to hear that. Anything that you desire is probably going against the scriptures, man. You don't want to hear that. Give up everything. You don't want to hear that. But this is the truth, man. He that loveth his father or mother, verse 37, he that loveth his father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. If you can't take up that cross and follow him, right, you got to take up your cross and go ahead and get ready to kill yourself, man, and get ready to get for crucifixion, man. You got to be ready to do that, man. You need to be making preparations for that. Every day, you like, you know what? I'm going to gather my stuff together. Just like he was making preparation, like he was washing the disciples' feet, man. He already knew, you know what I'm saying? He was getting everything together, you know what I'm saying? Just setting the time properly. And once everything was set, you know what? Time to go. Every day should be like that for you. I'm going to do this, I'm going to grab this, and I'm getting ready in the morning, getting ready to kill myself, man. Death to the selfie. A little bit of you have to die every day, man. That's the trial process, man. That's being redefined, man. That's becoming a new creature. That whole process comes with the afflictions, man. You deal with that in Isaiah 48:10. Matter of fact, let's just go to it, and we'll come back to the cross, right? Let's just go to 48:10 real quick. I don't want to go too heavy into it because, like I said, that's a whole nother lesson, man. The affliction is a blessing. But 48:10, behold, I have refined thee but not with silver. I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. He will choose you in the furnace of affliction. You're not gonna get out here and you out here. That's why I said it's hard for a rich man to get into heaven, man. You're not gonna get chosen when you got everything. When you in love, because when you have everything, more than likely you in love with the world. That's why you have everything. That's why you went so hard for the world. Because you want the world. You in love with the world. You have to give up the world. You have to hate the world. Right? Those who love the world, James 4:4, those who love the world, even did God. Anyway, go back to Matthew 10:38. Want to deal with that. And he that taketh not his cross, man, if you not killing yourself and follow after me, it's not worthy. You're not worthy. If you're not destroying all your dreams, you're not destroying your desires. I'm sitting there telling me what you want. They're like, man, I want this to be, I want this thing to jump off and I want it to be this and man, what I'm saying, I'm going to stack this up and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do, man, he don't care about that, man. You don't care about that, man. You're just supposed to be living this truth, man. Following these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? That's it. Matter of fact, go to Proverbs 27. Proverbs 27 real quick. And boast not thyself of tomorrow. 27:1. For thou knowest not what a day may bring forth, man. Don't be boasting. Don't be sitting up here planning and doing all that stuff, man. Because you don't know what the next day will bring forth. Matter of fact, let's just go to Luke 12:20 real quick. As y'all say, we're going to bounce around a little bit, man. 12:20. But God said unto, we talking about the parable of the rich fool. But God said unto thou, fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? So is he that layeth up treasure for himself and not rich towards Yahweh, man. Not rich towards God. You can't be laying up. That was the parable of the rich fool who had laid up all these treasures. He had all these worldly treasures. He had all these worldly possessions. He had all this food, right? All this livestock. He built another barn. He was like, you know what? I'm going to be straight for the next few years. And then the Most High said, you fool, man. This night I require of thee your soul. That's it. Now who going to get this stuff? Now just going to sit out here and spoil, man. Right? So your treasures, you're supposed to be storing your treasures in the kingdom. You're supposed to be doing those law, statutes, and commandments, doing those good deeds, man. Right? Doing those good deeds, so those your treasures will be stored in the kingdom, and when Yahweh returns, he can drop off your care package. But a lot of you not even gonna have no care package. Now let's go back to the cross. Let's go back to Luke 9. Luke 9:23. And he said to them all, if any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. See, those who trying to save their life, man, because you could tell somebody, man, you got to stop eating pork. You got to stop eating shrimp. You got to stop eating lobster, right? You can't be fornicating. You can't be doing no Netflix and chill, man. You gonna have to put the weed down, right? You can't be getting all slizzard drunk all the time, right? You know, like, man, that ain't no life. What I'm gonna do then? I ain't gonna have no life. If you gonna take all that away from me, I don't have a life, right? So those who, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, man. You're gonna lose your life. Because the desires of the flesh is death, man. The desires of the flesh is opposition to the law, statutes, and commandments. Your flesh wants the exact opposite of these law, statutes, and commandments. We're not programmed to do it. That's the choice. Without it, listen, if you just went instinctively, you're going to go against this Bible. If you wanted to eat the exact things that you wanted to eat, you would die of diabetes, high blood pressure. Because the most delicious things to eat, the most delicious things to the flesh, are the most dangerous things to the flesh. They are the most poisonous things to the flesh. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, but whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. So if you are willing to destroy, to take up that cross and crucify yourself, right? To deny yourself. If you're willing to deny yourself, you're gonna gain. You're gonna gain life. You're gonna gain eternal life. But you gotta be able to destroy yourself. You gotta be able to crucify yourself. You gotta be able to take that cross up and nail yourself up to the cross, man. You gotta nail yourself up there with him. You gotta follow him. You gotta be right behind him. You see, I remember we went up there. I remember watching dang, what was that Christian movie, man? I think Mel Gibson made it, man. The Christian movie where they showed Jesus, they showed the white Jesus dying on the cross, whatever, man. Everybody was just in there with tears, man, just pouting. I was too. I was a little teary eyed myself, because I wasn't in this truth. But the reality of it is, if I was in the truth and I seen it again, I would probably wouldn't even see nothing like that. But I know now I gotta I would have walked out of there and picked my cross up like, man, I need to be going to crucify myself. I'm sitting here watching him. No, man, you gotta do the same thing. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. Death to the selfie. But whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what is a man advantage if he gain the whole world and lose himself or be cast away? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? For whosoever shall be ashamed of me and my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed. And when he shall come in his own glory and in his Father's and in the holy angels, man, he gonna be ashamed of you. That's how it works, man. You deny him, he deny you. You don't listen to his law, statutes, and commandments. You're not obedient to him. He's not gonna be obedient to you. He's not gonna listen to what you're saying, right? If you're a sinner, he don't hear the prayers of sinners. He's not gonna deal with you. John 9:31. He's not gonna deal with you. That's how the thing works. If you don't love thy brother and like yourself, then you're gonna be denied. He's not gonna love you. That's how it works. It's that simple, man. Let's get one more precept on that, then we'll probably wrap it up. Just with the fringes, man, because a lot of times we miss that with the fringes. When we tell brothers about the fringes, we missed 1538, right? 1538, but I don't want to deal with the fringe. We want to go to 39. And it shall be unto you for a fringe that you may look upon it and remember all the commandments of the Lord and do them. And that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes. Don't seek after your own heart and your own eyes. Don't do that. You're going to die. You thinking you know what you want, you are going to die. You want death. The cardinal mind only wants death. The cardinal mind is the natural mind. It only wants to die. It only knows death. Spiritual mind knows eternal life. And it knows that it gets that through these laws, statutes, and commandments. And the fact that it's a gift by the Most High. But you can't obtain that gift. He's not going to give you that gift unless you fall back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. You're going to choose death, man. Death shall be chosen. Jeremiah 8:3. Death going to be chose, right? It's a choice. You do have a choice. And most of y'all are going to choose death, man, because you're choosing a natural mind. And you really don't have a choice, but we're not even going to get into that, right? I'm trying to stay on shit. We really, shit, we can get into the desires, the hearts, and the following what, man, you know what? My heart tell me, though, because a lot of times Christians deal with that. Man, my heart tell me, you know, I should, man, the way my heart work, I don't need to be doing that. I could just, God knows my heart. He know what I'm about. So he gonna love me just the same, man. We're gonna go to Proverbs 3:5. We'll start there. Then we go to 14:12. Right. Proverbs 3 verse 5. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not to thine own understanding. Lean not to their own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. He gonna direct your path, man. Don't let your flesh direct your path. Going up. What you want to be when you grow up? No, man. Don't let your flesh direct your path. He's gonna direct it. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord. Depart from evil. Watch this. It shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. See, if you be not wise in thy own eyes and fear the Lord and if you depart from evil and not be wise in your own eyes, it shall be health to thy navel and marrow to thy bones. Right? Anything in opposition to that will be death. It's just a slow death. You just cutting yourself and letting yourself bleed out, man. You just cutting yourself and letting yourself bleed out. Let's go to Isaiah 5:21. Isaiah 5:21. I gotta get better with my sword. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, right? Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Let's go to Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs 14:12. Dealing with the heart, man. And dealing with our own understanding. You know what I'm saying? There is a 14:12. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Jump down to verse 14. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, and a good man shall be satisfied from himself. And a good man shall be satisfied from himself. Let me look deeper into that. Right? And a good man should be satisfied. The backslider in heart shall be filled with his own ways, man. So you're gonna be dealing with, see, you falling back and forth, man. You in and out. You lukewarm in this truth. You gonna be filled with your own ways. If you fall back and forth with that fornication, man, that's you're gonna be filled with that. It's gonna be hard for you to. It's gonna get even harder. But like the more you keep backsliding, the harder it is going to get from out of that, man. The more it's gonna lock in on you, right? So you have to get away. You have to subdue. Let's deal with that in the Apocrypha, and then we'll wrap up, man. I know I was all over the place on this one. Second Esdras, 14:34. Therefore, if so be that ye will subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts, ye shall be kept alive, and after death ye shall obtain mercy. You're going to be kept alive, right? If you subdue your own understanding and reform your hearts. Stop telling me, man, God knew in my heart. No, you need to reform your heart. And you got to understand that the heart is the mind, right? For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again, and then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared, man. So subdue your own understanding and reform your heart, man, because we know that the heart is a wicked thing, man. Mark chapter 7 verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts. This is how we know that the heart is the mind, because the heart does not think. Now, I have seen studies. I will say this is a little bonus. I have seen studies where people say, well, scientists say now that the heart actually sends more signals than the brain does. That the heart actually sends more signals than the brain does. But let's not even get into that right now. For within Mark chapter 7 verse 21. For, see, when anybody say, oh man, well, God knows my heart. For from within, out of the heart of men proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornication, murders, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lavishness, and an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness, and all these evil things come from within and defile the man. Let's go to Matthew 15:19. 15:19. For out of the heart proceed evil thoughts, murders, adulteries, fornication, thefts, false witness, blasphemies. Right. So anybody trying to deal with their own understanding, trying to say that the Most High knows their heart, right? You trying to deal with your own desires, right? You think that you're gonna get peace in your household when you come to these scriptures? No, that ain't the way it works, man. This is bitter herbs. This is wormwood. This ain't all sweet and milk and honey, man. Not all the time. The milk and the honey, that's the wisdom. That's the wisdom and the knowledge. But with the wisdom and the knowledge comes bitterness, man. Comes the wormwood. Comes the split from your family. Comes the people hating you. Comes the persecution. Comes the crucifixion. Comes the death to the selfie. And with that, we say shalom.